We are living in strange times, my friends. Let's just get right to the point. We don't want to bury the lead here. Elise AI, funnel, thesis driven, exposing some internal dirty laundry, beverage piped in. Other people have piped into this particular discussion, not even a discussion, just sort of breaking news, very untraditional in the way that it's breaking. One could argue that maybe we crossed a line journalistically. I'm probably in that camp. Seems weird that we would post some of this stuff. I just read Dom's piece. I think he takes a really good position as it relates to that. It wasn't necessarily the best thing to do to put some of this stuff in the article. Not to suggest that maybe it was newsworthy, but maybe the way that we crafted that was not. But that's one guy's opinion. I am interested in this discussion because I think, as Dom alludes to, and something that we've talked about, I'm going to say for many years here at the Multifamily Collective, and that is that the biggest impact that people do not see, have not seen, I think we're starting to see the sort of the planes fly around this particular topic, but the way they haven't landed yet, haven't connected all the dots yet. And that is this: there is a traditional hierarchy that exists, and there are traditional workflows in the way that multifamily gets executed on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on the cadence. All the sort of natural cadence is, if that's a word, the way that the workflows happen in multifamily and the way that outcomes are produced. There's just been a tried and true way to do that over decades. And AI is now disrupting the way we do our work. And that is the biggest, just the monumental crescendo moment that we're talking about here, is that AI will completely rearrange the way that we get to those outcomes. And it will potentially produce different, at least better, or in excess of past results. It'll create better results more efficiently, more effectively, but it will rearrange the way that we get there, completely rearrange the way that we get there. Centralization is just like the tip of the iceberg. In fact, I think at some point, centralization as a word, as a term, that just goes away. And even the way that we talk about and frame centralization today will completely go away. It just won't be, the architecture of centralization won't be necessary, again, in my opinion. Traditional hierarchies in the way that we get business done in multifamily, completely blown up, completely rearranged. We've talked about flat organizations for a very long time. We have the opportunity to do flat organizational design now. The idea of holacracy that we've talked about for many, 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 many years could come together, come to fruition in a real way now. Tony Hsieh, Zappos, many years ago, organized Zappos around a holacracy, and we'll link that word up in the show notes. It's an interesting concept, but I think, look, AI and large LLMs, and tapping into various databases and being able to massage those databases in a real way so that they produce real data that you can use to inform your decision making. And as that data flows in and it gets restructured in the data lake and it gets piped out, it will come up with its own recommendations on how to get to outcomes that might be completely counterintuitive to the way that we think about workflows today. Humans can only take in so much data, and we can only take in so much data as a collective, and we can only argue, fuss, and fight for so long before we have to pick an avenue to get an outcome. AI doesn't know how to do any of that, and it can process in real time, and it can tell you the workflow that is necessary to get the outcome that you want. And in fact, it can take a look at that outcome and it can say, wow, really, humans have been doing this for this long? Here's a better way to do that and produce a very different outcome that is more fruitful for the team member, the customer, the investor, even the supplier partners that are putting this technology together to create these outcomes. No plane has landed here yet. I think there are planes about to land in this arena. And if these things were architected in the right way, if they are, they will be, the next 12 to 18 months in our industry is going to just be unbelievable. I often say, lace up your track shoes. Now I'm going to say, go to the store and get a new pair of track shoes. Spend the money to get the best pair you can possibly get. And bring them home, put them on your feet, lace them up, stretch really good, because the sprint that we are about to take in this industry over the next 12 to 18 months, it's going to feel like a marathon run in under 2 hours. The guy who ran the marathon in under 2 hours, it's going to feel like that. It's going to go very, very fast. We've had this groundswell of activity. Technology has made its landfall in the multifamily space. It's washed out. Now it's presenting the real winners that will help us stitch together the new workflows that create the new outcomes. It's not about less people. It's not about the stuff that we're potentially talking about even in these articles. It really is about rearranging the way that we do work. And it is unbelievably exciting. I can't wait to see it unfold. Take care. We'll see you again soon.